Hello everyone, it's me, Kimiko Tarot, and welcome to my channel. In today's pick a card, pick a deck, or pick a crystal reading, because I'll show you all three, we're going to get into how and where you're glowing up. It's going to be fun. If you like picking with decks, I recommend pausing this reading because I go kind of quickly. So we have pile 1, pile 2, and then pile 3. Yay. If you like picking with cards, 1 second, put those on. So for cards, we have pile 1, pile 2, and then pile 3. If you're wondering how I pick cards, I just like grab on the decks and I shuffle them and I say, okay, what card? And then it pops out and then I just find them for all of them. Yeah, so again, for cards, we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Ooh. And lastly, I'm going to put on crystals. So we have pile 1 with flower agate, pile 2 with sodalite, and pile 3 with tiger's eye. Again, pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Go ahead and pause the screen and select one. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what I should do in the next video. And I'm gonna turn on those bell notifications so you get notified every single time I upload. I don't know, and just like, I don't know, say hi. Thanks guys. See you in the video. Bye. Hello, pile 1. If you chose either the flower agate, this page of wands, or this deck, then this reading is for you. If you can hear my dog in the background chewing on something, I'm sorry. But it's the only way to get her to like kind of calm down. So anyways, we're going to get into where and how you will be glowing up next. All about your next glow up. So Spirit, for pile 1, how will pile 1 be glowing up? Where will it be glowing up? And 6. Okay. How will pile 1 be glowing up? Okay, we'll put just a come out. And one more. Oh, fine, 2. I'll take 2. I'll take it. Okay. And I also wanted to get an oracle for like what energy you should be, I guess, being in, should be in, cultivating, understanding, I guess. I'm really sorry if you can hear my dog. Like, she's really cute, so like I still let her chew, but like I'm sorry if it's like distracting, then next time I won't let her do it. So, pile 1. Sorry, my throat. So pile 1. How you'll be glowing up next. For one, I think there's something that either you'll be getting an opportunity or you'll be, I think, going after something that you kind of wanted to. I think you'll be going after you'll be offered either maybe something in your career, or you'll be going after maybe a hobby, or maybe kind of expanding into something like a career option, or expanding into something a little bit more, I guess like have to do with your material world, something that could change, I guess, your material world, something that could basically, there's going to be an opportunity for something with income, something that you can make money from it. I don't necessarily know exactly what that would be for you. With Raccoon, this is definitely like a creative energy, like you need to sit more in your creativity, which makes me feel like the opportunity coming towards you is probably more like a creative outlet, maybe more like a side hustle, especially with 7 of Wands being kind of like that competitive energy. I would say it's definitely something maybe more of a hobby, something kind of maybe, yeah, a little bit more creative, something that's like maybe more of a side gig that I think you may be like putting more energy into, and that's going to be, I think it's going to be rewarding a little bit. I'm sorry if you can hear my dog, hold on. Pile 1, I'm sorry, my dog is still here. I can't kick her out, she's too cute. But anyways, I think you're going to be getting definitely something, like an offer or an opportunity into something a bit more creative. I think it's something definitely you're going to be creating more, like definitely something you're going to be creating yourself. I see this opportunity as something with a little bit more maybe competition. So for some of you, it could be like social media. For some of you, it could be also maybe like if you're really into like, you know, like doing makeup artists, like you're a makeup artist, like artistry like that. Maybe it's something like that where there's a lot of, I guess, competition. But it's definitely something very creative. With the energy of the raccoon, I think the energy that Spirit definitely wants you to get into more is definitely being a bit more creative and really, I think, being able to go back to that creative space. The raccoon is all about the energy where it's like, you kind of crave this energy of being creative. You crave this energy of wanting, of having this outlet. You crave this energy of creating, or just, there's this energy of needing to be, I would say, like more seen. But with the raccoon, it's like you're hiding it. So I think with Seven of Wands, it's definitely, especially with this, how this person is center stage, I think if there's something that you have to do with creative or with talent, like something, maybe you're a singer, maybe you're an artist, something with that, I think it's finally time for you to be seen and shown as like your face and as a person. I think it's just definitely, you're glowing up in a sense of, I think you're ready to be seen in this talent, ready to be seen in this art, ready to be seen in this creativity. Like I think maybe before, especially with like Page of Pentacles, like maybe before you were also a bit more conservative or a bit more shy about showing those talents. Especially maybe you thought, oh, I need to cultivate it more. It's just like a hobby. It's not like I'm not Van Gogh yet, you know. But I think with like the Page of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands, I definitely think what you're glowing up in a sense is you're definitely coming, I think, more out in the open with it, more out in the open with your talent. More people are seeing it. More people are seeing this creativity. With King of Cups, with King of Cups, I definitely think it's something very creative and very close to your heart. So I think this opportunity is definitely something you're going to be almost offering to yourself. Like, again, if it's like social media, maybe you're making a new Instagram, or if it's makeup artists, maybe you're showing more of your talent on your, like your story, or maybe even, you know, asking your friends, hey, like, oh, I heard you have an event, can I do your makeup? And then, you know, obviously they post about it, or maybe it just has to do something with something close to your heart, and that's going to make you feel, I think, very emotionally happy. Like, I definitely think, like, especially with the sun, like, that's such a positive card. Like, it's definitely going to be something that makes you feel very happy, very loved, very, I think, very fulfilled. Like, even though there's a lot of competition, even though there's a lot of like other people doing it, I think this is still going to make you very happy. And I think with the sun, it's definitely like there's good opportunity here, and there's like there's good opportunity here, and there's good opportunity for achievement. But with Hangman, I think it could take some time as well. I think, you know, if you're someone that's also like, you talk yourself out of situations like, oh, the first one didn't go viral, XYZ, like, I think it's obviously, that's not how life works. You have to work at things. So I think there's going to be some time where you're kind of just hanging out and just, you know, kind of working towards this and just kind of doing it. And it takes time, but I think you're happy to do it, and I think you're enjoying the time it takes. Like, especially with the Hangman, the whole idea is too that while you're just kind of hanging out, the person isn't necessarily very upset about it. It's almost like they're choosing to be there. They're almost choosing to surrender to this moment. So it's kind of like, even though you know this is taking time and there's a lot of competition, it's something that does very emotionally satisfy you and makes you feel very happy, and you know there's opportunity because things take time to grow. But with Seven of Wands, I think you understand there's obviously competition in this creative effort. There's obviously competition in this thing that you're going after, but it takes time to build that. And I think, you know, like, even if you're not like the next Taylor Swift, you're still having a lot of fun, and you're still having, you know, it really is something that really makes you feel happy, and the following you have is the following you have. You know, the success you have is the success you have because, you know, you feel really just happy when you do it. You feel really just warm and fuzzy, but like really, you just feel happy when you do it. So it doesn't almost matter that there's competition. I think, especially with the opportunity, I think a big part of it could be like, especially with Raccoon, like, oh, I want to hide this talent just because there's so much opportunity for failure. There's so many other competitors. There's so many other people, and I have to almost fight for my spot type energy. But I think Spirit's saying, like, but it's going to make you happy, and it's going to make you emotionally satisfied. So, like, just do it. It takes time. Things take time, and you're going to, during the time that it takes to get to this, like, opportunity of, I guess, like, creativity, this opportunity of really, I guess, things taking off, it's going to take some time, but you're going to be happy to take the time to do it. What a beautiful way with words. You're going to take the time to do it. Wow. If you just, like, realize that you want to realize that you're realizing things or whatever. Oh no, you should experience things. If you want to say you experience things, because you always say you want to experience things, but I don't think you really want to experience things. That was very much so that entire last sentence that I said. But basically, I think where you're glowing up is that you're finally taking this hobby to the next level. You're finally taking this hobby, I think, public. You're finally showing people it. You're finally okay with being like putting yourself in the spotlight. And I think you're okay with finally people seeing you in the spotlight. And I think, it takes time for this to turn into, I think, some grand offering. But I think you're excited for the time it's going to take to get there. And I think you're excited. It's going to make you feel very happy the time it takes to build, basically. And I think you're glowing up in the sense that you're not as worried about people, what people think, because, I mean, things take time, and just like, why are you hiding in the shadows with this creativity? The world deserves to see it. So just show off your creativity, because things do take time. It takes a long time to build a following. Even look at like your favorite YouTubers. Even if some of them went viral, they have huge followings now, at minimum, it takes them like at least, 2 years. So even if you're like, oh, well, I'm not like at XYZ, it's like, okay, maybe they didn't go viral until like a year and a half in, and then they just shoot up their subscribers and they get like, something like crazy amount. Do you know what I mean? It takes time to build things, and I think Spirit's saying like, it's okay with being seen. It's okay to taking this talent out of the hiding, because you're gonna really, it's gonna make you really happy. You're gonna really enjoy doing it, and the time that it takes to build to this big offering and to this big, I guess, opportunity, you're gonna enjoy that time in between, and like that's also what's important. Yeah. So that's what I'm getting from these cards. We're also going to get some quick advice. So, Spirit, any advice for pile one? Any advice for pile one? Amazing. Yeah, exactly what I was saying earlier. Wow, 7 of Wands again. So yeah, again, with this, if you have like this dream or this, if you have this dream or you want to do something, like you just have this dream that, oh, there's a lot of competition, oh, there's a lot of other people in it, it's oversaturated or whatever. I think Spirit's telling you, like, yes, there's obviously competition, but things take time to build, especially to get into the feeling of being the King of Wands, being in this, I guess, this spirit of being the leader, being it's basically the ultimate entrepreneur, you know what I mean? Like the ultimate, well, of all the suits, like the ultimate entrepreneur. To get to this feeling of being this leader, to being the head honcho, it takes time to get there. You have to plant all your seeds, and then you have to water them, and then, especially, an avocado tree, like a lot of people tend to not even, they like, while their tree's growing, they tend to just like throw it out because they're like, oh, nothing's happening. But it takes like, apparently it's like 6 months or something underground, and then you finally get like a little tiny stem. So that's what I was trying to say here. Like, you may not be seeing the fruits of your labor just yet, but that's because it's happening underground. But if you wait just a little longer, you'll finally see it, and then all of a sudden it's going to be a massive tree. So even though there's competition, like, yes, it takes time to build a following, especially when it's an oversaturated place, or especially when there's a lot of competition, or especially when there just is competition. It takes time to build, so don't give up, because it takes time to get there, okay? Like, you shouldn't be hiding this talent because there's competition, because you can make this opportunity, and it's going to make you feel really happy, and it's going to make you feel really good in the time being that it takes to build that opportunity. So if you want to feel, oh, the leader, and be like, I guess, an entrepreneur, like the head honcho of your own company type vibe, type energy, it takes time, okay? Rome wasn't built in a day. If you're also someone to talk yourself out of things, stop. Because who cares? Like, people are gonna, like, while things grow, people are gonna see it, okay? And when it's massive, people are gonna be like, oh, dang, maybe I should have, like, done that too. But not everyone has the balls, okay? It's a genre, okay? And not everyone fits on the rasta. And you fit on the rasta. It just takes time to fit on the rasta. But you're still in the energy, okay? You're still in the genre. Stop hiding your talent in the dark. Spirit's saying it takes time to build, so even if you're not seeing it, it's happening. And while it's happening, you will have fun with it. You'll enjoy it. You'll be emotionally happy. And then soon, when this opportunity finally manifests to be, I guess, in this head honcho, this leadership role, this bad energy, it'll happen when it needs to happen. Also, you'll enjoy the journey there. So just sit back and relax. Okay, we're gonna a last advice oracle. Spirit, any last advice? Oh, okay. Okay, my Zoom's being weird, so I'm gonna have to read it to you. So here it is. Solitude. Meet Lily. She sits contentedly in the center of the sky. Everything is vast, still, and quietly beautiful. The wind might rustle a song out of the leaves, but she is far from human voices and other meows and hisses. Lily contains the sweet, peaceful expanse of solitude. She'll return to the world soon, but for now, let's not disturb her. Find your own space to meet yourself. Perhaps it's in the woods, or perhaps it's in a crowded dance floor with your eyes closed. When you are alone, it's easier to hear your own voice, to discern your longings, and to rekindle faith in yourself. Yeah, so that's really pretty. So basically that's Spirit's advice to you. So I think Spirit just want to say, obviously, while, things are growing and things are happening and, you're learning to kind of show your talent more and be seen more, if it becomes a little overwhelming, just to kind of separate yourself from people and just to go outside, maybe touch some grass, go for a hike, go earth. I think Spirit's just trying to say that, take the time, especially while you're growing things and working on this new opportunity, just to, I think, be alone and be with yourself and be with nature and just kind of almost reconnect. Because it's really easy to get kind of lost. But yeah, pile 1. That's what I have for your reading. So if you liked it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what I should do in the next video. Until then, I'll see you next time. Until then, I don't know. Be great, be fantastic. Leave a flower emoji if you got this far, because you guys were flower agate, and that'd be cute. Okay, guys. Thanks so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, Pile 2. If you chose the Sodalite or this page of wands or this deck, then this reading is for you. We're gonna get into where and how you'll be glowing up next. So, how will Pile 2 be glowing up next? How will Pile 2 be glowing up next? Okay. And then I also want to get what energy do you need to be in? The harness, That's cool. What energy do you need to harness? What energy do you need to be in? Okay. Okay. Pile 2. I can say for 1, I think your glow up that's coming in is 1. I think you're going to be kind of healing and moving, I think, on from a lot of heartbreak, a lot of, maybe not like the worst heartbreak of your life, but I definitely think you've left something behind, or you're kind of coming to terms with leaving something behind. I think, especially with the 4 of Cups, I think it's something maybe that you've been really hung up on for a while, or something that you've definitely been, I think, thinking about for some time. It's definitely something that you've been hung up on for a while, though. Something that I think you have had it. Let's try that again. I definitely think it's something that you've had a hard time letting go of. There we go. I think, like, especially with the 5 of Cups, I think this is like something maybe even like, I think this could have been either a past heartbreak or a past heartache or something that I think you has already kind of ended, but I think you're coming to terms with. I think especially like with the 10 of Wands, this is something that I think has burdened you for a long time, something that you've definitely just like thought about for a long time, something that's just been on your mind for a long time. I think with the 5 of Cups, it's more of an energy of, it's like, it's like when you've been in like a situationship or like a relationship and like it's not like you guys go back and forth and then it finally like ends. It's kind of like that. You kind of knew it was never gonna, I guess, maybe be a full like relationship, but you didn't think it was going to come to an end, I guess, so maybe so soon, or like you didn't think it was going to come to an end like now. You know what I mean? And I think it's something that you kind of come to terms with. Maybe they like ghosted you and now you're like, okay, it's really done. Or maybe even it's something like you left an old job and it's something that you really like liked, or it had people there that you really liked, but you kind of come to terms with like, I'm not going to go back to that job, nor those people, or those people have left, they're not coming back to this job type energy. I think where you're glowing up next is kind of taking a step back and just healing certain things, healing things that have hurt you for a long time, healing this thing that you've kind of had a hard time letting go of. It's just like this long time ache. It's like something I think you've known has been over, or something that you've known isn't for you, but it's just taken a long time to either A, let go of it, and B, a long time just to like, I guess, deal with the situation. With the Hermit, I think, again, where you're glowing up is taking just some time to yourself and taking that time to kind of heal these wounds and heal this journey. And with the Knight of Pentacles, I think it's kind of something that you've been slowly working on, and something that you've been trying to work on and you've been wanting to work on. With the energy of the Firefly, I think there's going to be some like the energy of the Firefly is a lot to do with like a moment of like inspiration type of thing. It's like you kind of have like the energy and you like light up. So I think the energy you need to be in is kind of when, if you have that moment of inspiration, like writing it down and journaling about it and like being like, okay, this is like what's making me happy in this moment, this is what's making me light up in this moment, and kind of being grateful for those moments and being really happy for those moments. Because I think you'll start seeing how maybe often they happen, or like maybe you also see like, oh, I should be more happy about this as well. And like I think you'll start to remember. And when you feel in a negative space, you can go back to your, like when you wrote down, oh, the last time I had this really big moment of inspiration, this big moment of happiness, you can like read about it again. And then I think sometimes that helps like uplift you. You know what I mean? I definitely think with the Knight of Pentacles, though, this is something that you've been working on for a while, or something you've been wanting to work on for a while. This has been, I think, either like a burden or a heartbreak that you've been wanting to let go of for some time. It's been something that's been hard to let go, but it's something I think you've known you need to. It's something I think you know you need to heal. Something you need, maybe it's like even family issues. Maybe it's like something like that. You've been healing those things, and like you've known it's been like a burden for you, and it's something that you've been having a hard time coming to terms with. But I think it's finally happening. Okay, now I'm finally going to like go on that journey and really heal those wounds and really move on from them, because I've been working on this for some time, but I know it's time to finally work on it now. I think with Firefly as well, it's just those moments when you feel happy, those moments when you're grateful, just kind of write those down and journal, and maybe just journal about a lot of things, and maybe just like write down what inspires you, and write down what makes you happy, and write down what gives you inspiration, and just explore that creativity more. I think that's the energy Spirit's trying to say you need to be in for your next glow up, in this sense, is healing. Your next glow up is healing yourself, healing wounds, healing things that have been hurting you for some time. And I think you're ready to heal them, and I think you're ready to finally move on from them, and I think you're ready to finally feel inspired again, and feel creative again, and feel happy again. And I think it's time to write those moments down that make you feel happy. Write those moments down, write those moments of creativity down, because that's when even when you're in your down moments, you can look back at those and be like, oh yes, that, and that. Oh, I remember when I had this idea. Maybe I should work on that again because it makes me happy. Those type of things. I think you're ready to heal these wounds, and you're ready to heal this sadness, ready to move on from this sadness. And I think that's really good, and I think that's really great. And I think Spirit's saying like you have like the energy to do it, like you have the opportunity to do it, and you have like you're ready to do it. I think you're ready to move on. You're ready to heal these wounds. You've been meaning to for some time, and you've been wanting to for so long. And I think now you're ready to finally do it. And I think that's something Spirit's like really happy and proud of you for. And I think with Firefly, yes, Spirit's just trying to say get into that energy of, when you feel inspired, write it down. When you feel happy, write it down. When you feel enthusiastic, write it down. And, those moments of creativity, like really, really, I guess, focus on them, because that's what brings you happiness. And that's what's also going to help you heal these wounds and heal this sadness, is focusing on yourself and focusing on things that make you happy and, make you feel creative and make you feel joy. And I think that's what Spirit's saying, like you're definitely glowing up next is by healing these wounds and healing this sadness and being overall a happier person, which is a great, great area to heal and a great area to be in, a great like energy to be in, is to heal and to move on, which I think is fantastic. That's what sorry, just like moving them over. but that's what I'm getting from these cards. And I think spirits are saying that you're ready and you've been wanting to work on this, and that, you know, the opportunity is here and you're ready to do it and you're ready to take it and you're ready to heal and be happy and be creative and be joyous again. Yeah. But we're going to get some advice from Spirit as well. Spirit, do you have any advice about you? I'll take the top one because that's a lot. And then the back of deck. With both these twos here, well, not twos, but to me, justice, it's usually like a scale, it's Libra, so maybe some Libra energy. And also Libra is also, it's represented by the scale. So with the two and the scales here, the two and justice, I feel their advice is to kind of remain balanced and remember that like healing isn't, you don't wake up and do everything perfectly. You know what I mean? Like especially like here's a good example. Like it's like if you're wanting to like be healthier and lose weight and like you started like just, you know, working out and you're like, I'm gonna go 5 times a week, and let's say the first week you go 4, that's okay. Like you just started, 5's kind of crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like remain balanced. Like you don't have to be perfect. Like it's okay to understand that like you're seeing things, you're planning for the future. It takes time, and it also, you have to remain balanced that like perfection isn't realistic and perfection isn't going to happen, and that while you're healing, it's like every day is not going to be perfect. Like even if you have 5 good days in a row and then you have like 1 bad day, doesn't mean you're not healing, you're not doing amazing. It just means you had a bad day. You know, people have those. Don't let that 1 bad day ruin, you know, the 5 days that you had that were great, you know? Don't let the 1 day you miss the gym ruin your progress. Sorry, I needed water. Don't let that 1 day at the gym that you miss like ruin your whole week, or don't let the fact that you ate like a piece of cake ruin your diet. You know what I mean? It's all about balance. It's all about moderation. It's all about staying balanced and staying, I think, realistic and patient with yourself. With Queen of Swords, I think also the advice is to stay, it sounds stupid to be like, well, actually not really. It's like in your head, but like use your intelligence a bit more. Like it's okay. Like the advice is to, I guess, not get lost in fantasy, not get lost in like use your intellect here, okay? Like, is something true or is something based in fantasy, I think is what they're trying to say. Like, their advice is to be realistic, to stay balanced, and if you're going to plan things for the future, like, be realistic with it. Don't be like, oh, I'm going to be a billionaire in a year. Well, how are you going to get there? Because it's hard to be a billionaire doing with just nothing. You know what I mean? Like you got to make a plan. Like if you have a business model, okay, we can work with it. You know what I'm saying? Use your head here. Stay realistic with it and stay balanced. If you're going to plan for the future, especially while you're healing, like don't set yourself up for failure. Don't set such unrealistic goals that you're not going to be able to get there. Like set small ones while you heal. You're still healing these past wounds. You're still healing. You're moving on from these things that you know you've wanted to heal. Like, and you're planning for the future. Don't be unrealistic with it. So you know you're going to fail. Be realistic with it and be balanced with it, and know that everything doesn't happen in one day, and it takes time, and that you have to be balanced and you have to be realistic with progress, especially with healing, because healing takes time. You know, it doesn't happen in 2 days. You know, you don't go to one therapy session and you're like, graduated therapy. It doesn't work like that. It takes time. You know what I mean? And I think that's what Spirit's trying to say. Like, don't give yourself unrealistic goals. Like, be balanced with this. You know, use your head. You're a smart person. Use your head when you're planning. You know what is achievable and what is not. Don't set yourself up for failure, because you're a lot smarter than that. You know that. Okay, you know you're a lot smarter than that, so don't do that. Set yourself realistic goals. Be balanced with your goals. Be realistic, and when you're planning for the future and you're planning these things, and you're seeing, your things, you're seeing your, I guess, your plans come in, you're seeing your ships come in, you're seeing everything, like, I guess, the pieces click together, and like, you're healing happening and you're feeling better and happier and all that. Don't let again, and then you have a bad day and you're like, oh, well, it's ruined. No, come on. Come on, stay balanced. You know? Come on, stay realistic. Use your head. You're smarter than that. You know. You know this. And I think that's what Spirit's trying to say. Like, don't, like, even the way this girl is, like, tying this mouth, like, this is you to, like your, like, it's like you, and then it's like, this is, like, your inner voice being like, you suck. Like, shut it up. You don't suck. And you know that. Don't set yourself unrealistic goals. Use your head. You know, you're intelligent. Like, remain balanced in this journey of healing because it takes time and it's not a one-day thing. I think Spirit's trying to say, stay balanced. If you're healing and you're ready to heal, and you know you're ready to heal, and you know you're ready to move on from these past hurts and these past burdens, but you have to stay balanced with it, and you have to stay realistic with it, because then you're just going to shoot yourself in the foot. Okay, and I think that's what Spirit's trying to say to you. But before we go, I'm going to do one more oracle for advice. So this is any more advice for pile 2. Okay, focus. 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 Meet Artemis. She's the master hunter. She can focus her attention like a laser beam. She has crystal clear vision and razor sharp hearing. She even has some extra antennae that can pick up on subtle clues. She observes everything, knows how to be invisible, and leaps out at the perfect moment. We often have a zillion ideas floating in our minds. We are multitasking machines. When Artemis shows up, it is time to pick up one thing, to hone in and quell distractions. How will we ever catch the mouse if we don't focus on it, letting everything else fade into the background for the moment? Okay, Spirit, work. I think that's pretty straightforward. I think Spirit's trying to say, again, like, remain balanced, like, focus on your goals and focus on things that are also unrealistic. But, you know, especially with all this and even the Hermit, like, focusing on that journey, focusing on yourself, focusing on that healing, focusing on doing that one thing, like, you've been ready to heal, so it's time to heal. Like, shut up all those things in the background, even the way that this, again, the mouth is wrapped. Shut all those things out, focus on, you know, the healing that needs to be done, because you know you're ready to do it, and you know you're excited to do it, and you know you want to do it because you know you're ready to feel happy and joyous again. And Spirit's trying to say, you know, the advice is just to remain focused on that, not to get, like, I think, deterred from it, especially if you're someone that's, like, sets sometimes unrealistic goals, and then you're like, well, I didn't get there, therefore it's not happening. No, focus on the realistic things, focus on the realistic goals, and focus on the things that need to be healed, because that's what's going to make you, one, feel really happy in the end and really excited about things again. And I think Spirit's really excited for you to feel this way, and I think Spirit knows you're ready to feel this way. So yeah, pile 2, that's what I'm getting from your reading. I think Spirit's just trying to say, you know, you're ready to move on, you're ready to heal, and you're ready, you know, you're just ready to heal, you're ready to be better, you're ready to be happy again. And, you know, if you focus on the things that need to be focused on, and you put realistic goals, and, you know, you hush those things in the background, and, you know, you use your head, am I being realistic, am I not being realistic, you remain balanced in those things, and you move forward with, I think, a balanced mindset, yeah, you're ready to heal, and you're ready to move on from these things that have been hurting you for so long. And I think that's really great. And I think Spirit's like, you're ready to focus on these things, and you're ready to do it. And so pile 2, how you're glowing up is, bitch, you getting better, bitch, you're getting healed. We love it. We love to see it. So pile 2, if you liked your reading, please like, comment, and subscribe, and leave me I don't know what you want to see next. Oh, if you watched it all the way to the end, can you guys leave me, let's leave for this group, I'm gonna leave like a black heart too, because I don't know, that's cute. The other group didn't have a black heart. You guys have a black heart, obviously. They had a flower. Well, you guys have a black heart. Because my heart is black. And don't waste your time. Is that copyrighted? We're gonna hope that's not copyrighted. It's Blink-182. Whatever. Hope you guys like that reading. Please like, comment, subscribe, leave a black heart emoji. Love you all. See you in the next one. You're glowing up. It's gonna be fantastic. Can't wait for it. Hot girl, guy, they, whatever. Summer. Bye. Hello, pile 3. If you chose either the Tiger's Eye, this Page of Wands, or this deck, then this reading is for you. We're gonna get into what's your next glow up. Like, where is it? How's it gonna go? Where are you glowing up? You know, some advice. So, how's pile 3? energy being hearts. Okay, for pile 3, I can see one with the Empress. I think in one way that you're definitely kind of glowing up, or where you're glowing up is a little bit more, and I feel like with 7 of Cups too, like 1, self-love, and 2, a little bit with beauty. I know that sounds kind of like weird, but I feel like with 7 of Cups, there's always like a lot of opportunities, or also like I think also you're glowing up like also maybe a lot of opportunities. I think with 7 of Cups and the Empress, it feels a lot with like for some reason beauty. I'm getting beauty. Maybe you're sounds weird. Maybe you're gonna get a haircut. Maybe you're gonna I don't know, get a skin treatment, or like maybe your skin clears up, or maybe you're on like you're drinking more water, so your skin's getting better, or I don't know, you're just happier, so like you're glowing more. But there's something about I think you're glowing up a lot. Well, for 1, I think physically, and then 2, I think also emotionally. I think you're gonna glow up a lot in the sense of being more emotionally satisfied, more self-love. Okay, so pile 3. The first thing I'd say, I think, with Empress is I definitely think one area you're glowing up is, I think, with Dragonfly is kind of physical, a little more beauty-wise. I think one aspect of it is that maybe you get a haircut, or maybe like you're drinking a lot more water, so your skin clears up, or maybe like, I don't know, you're walking outside more, so like you're getting some sun, so your skin's glowing a bit differently. I don't know, there's something about you're gonna be just, I think, getting a little bit prettier, like a little bit better looking. Especially with Dragonfly, I think also something with creativity, like maybe you're expressing yourself more through like your fashion, or through your makeup, or through like your hair, or like maybe just the way you present yourself. With the 7 of Cups, I think also there's going to be like a lot of opportunity coming towards you, and I think it's important. Like the energy you need to be in is also to remember like not to get, I guess, lost in all that, and to be, I guess, a little bit more clear-minded, especially with 7 of Cups being like kind of fantasy. Like, are you seeing things as for what they truly are? One part of this is like illusions in the mind, so like, are you really seeing it for what it is, or are you seeing it as like a fantasy? I think something you're kind of glowing up in the sense is I think you're finally being able to decipher a bit more of what is like a fantasy versus what is really reality. And I think that's just helping one with also your mental health. Like I think also with Empress there's a lot of self-love here, and I think also that's just gonna like exude more beauty and just like your confidence and how you walk and how people notice you. But I think 7 of Cups, I definitely think there's a lot of opportunity coming towards you. Maybe it's people, maybe it's like jobs, maybe it's education, maybe it's career, it's anything, like, you know, whatever's coming to you though. I think something that you're kind of learning is what really it is and what it's not. Like if someone, like for instance for a job you see like a whole bunch of stuff, you kind of maybe can feel after the interview what really the job is going to be tailoring towards versus what is really said on the job description. And you're like, it's not really what I had in mind. I think also with the Empress, I think again, yeah, beauty, something just about, I think your glow is a lot more physical than just mental. I think it's like, yeah, a lot more physical. So I think with, because, you know, pretty privileged, I think with that a lot more opportunity comes, or even like you feel better about yourself, so you're more willing to put yourself out there. But I think with this more, like this feeling of being just better looking, or just feeling better about yourself, this more like self-love, this more confidence you have, it opens up more opportunity for you. And I think that makes you feel like really happy, especially with the Sun and the Empress. I think this confidence that you now have, and just like feeling better and feeling more confident, and you don't even have to physically change, you know what I mean? It just like maybe you just feel better because you're sleeping more, you know, so you just feel a lot better, so obviously you're just a lot happier, you're smiling a lot more, like you just exude more confidence. Like I think where you're glowing up is that just going to make you're going to feel a lot happier, feel a lot better. And with the Hierophant, for me this is also one of spirit guides. Maybe it's one that maybe you're getting more in touch spiritually with things, but also in the sense I think it's more the traditional aspect of, I think your glow up is more traditional, like it is more based on physical, it's a bit more based on, you know, how you feel and how you present. And with Knight of Swords, I think this this like confidence boost may just happen like all of a sudden and like randomly, and you may just be like, oh wow, I feel like a lot happier, a lot better all of a sudden. This like Three of Swords is like, with the back, this is the back of the deck, it's almost like this energy of being like in this area where you feel so mentally down on yourself and so like upset is kind of fading away into the background. With Three of Swords too, because Swords has to do with your mind. It's communication, it's intellect, it's your mind. Versus Cups is emotion, it's water. Three of Swords, it's more that mental grief, that almost like when you look in the mirror you beat yourself up type of energy, or like you nitpick yourself. I mean, that starts to fade into the background, and you start moving forward into this energy of being just a lot happier, a lot more confident, a lot more like self-loving towards yourself. Like maybe instead of like nitpicking at yourself, you start saying something you like about yourself every morning, and that just starts to change your energy every single day. You just wake up a lot happier, because instead of being like, ugh, my eyebrows look so weird, you're like, huh, you know, like I have a nice smile. You know what I mean? And you just start complimenting yourself instead of beating yourself up every day, and that like mental grief, that mental like game with yourself just kind of starts to fade into the background a little bit more, because you're starting to like move pretty quickly into this idea of being happier and like I think loving yourself more, which I think in turn physically, obviously you exude more beauty, and physically I think you just look a lot like happier, a lot prettier, a lot better. Like I think, yeah, your globe's a little bit more traditional in the sense of, I think people notice like, oh, you look like happier, like, oh, you like, did you do something different with your hair, like, oh, did you do something with your makeup, like you just and you're like, oh no, like I'm just blah, blah. Or like, yeah, maybe I did, I've tried this, you know what I mean? Like you're just doing things that just make you look better, make you look more, I guess, pleasing to the eye. It's more of a traditional glow up, and it just makes you feel happy. And I think with that there's a lot of opportunity that comes along, maybe from people from your past that want to like get in, you know what I'm saying? Or like maybe just also just pretty privileged, you know, maybe you're just getting more opportunity, or you're even just like, since you feel so much better about yourself, you're putting yourself out there more, and you're like maybe applying more jobs, you're putting yourself more in leadership positions and all that, you're getting noticed more. But I think also with the like with the dragonfly energy, you need to remember like, okay, what's real, what's reality, what's fantasy, what's and what am I getting kind of like, I guess, like in over my head, if there's a lot of opportunity coming towards you, and also like, how do I not get lost in it? Especially because like if you're feeling so confident, so much happier, sometimes it's like such a big dopamine hit. It's like, don't crash and burn. Don't get back to this state. It's like, be a little bit more balanced, and like be also a little bit more mindful of like, when you are putting yourself out there, being like, you know, some people also want to see you, obviously not be like that, let's just be real, you know, or your email jewelry girl, or guy, or they, whatever, okay, just, I'm sorry, okay, like whatever, just put it on, you know, protect yourself, because not everyone wants to see you that happy. I know it sucks, but it is what it is. And I think your globe is just like a lot more traditional in the sense of, I think you're just going to look a lot better. I think you're going to feel a lot better. I think you're going to feel a lot more confident. I think more opportunity is going to come your way, because you're going to be putting yourself out there more. You're going to be being seen more, being heard more. And I think you need to be in the energy of also deciphering, like, you know, deciphering what's real and what's BS. You know, in this idea of like beating yourself up, and this mental grief that you've been in, I think really starts to fade to the background, and you become like a lot happier, and like a lot more positive, and a lot a lot happier in your day-to-day life, and a lot more confident. So yeah, pile 3, that's what I'm getting for your glow up. You're just getting hot, but like basically, you're just getting a lot more confident, and I think people are going to notice that, and because of that, obviously you're going to be seeing more opportunity, seeking more opportunity, and like just, you know, that mental grief that you've had and beating yourself up, I think is going to start to fade a little more, and you're going to be, I think, a lot more, like you're going to move into this mindset, I think, a lot faster than you think, and I think it's going to be very fun for you. But make sure you decipher what's real and what's BS, you know. But before, let's get some advice from Spirit. Do you have any advice for pile 3? Thanks for pile 3. Sorry, I cleared my throat. Just for one. That'll work. Wait, how many is this? If this is more than, okay, that's too many. We'll take this one then. Oh wait, sorry. Okay, advice. Quick advice from the Spirit. Hello, sorry, my camera died. So I think, let me just get back into it. I don't know where I got, so I'll just start here. So I think with the Page of Swords, I think Spirit's trying to say for advice, when opportunities or when like I think compliments come, I think especially if you're not so used to maybe getting a lot of compliments or like really feeling confident about yourself, I think when Spirit's saying when that comes through, just I think embrace it a bit more and kind of believe it. I think maybe you're someone who doesn't believe the compliments when they get them, and I think that's something that you need to, people are giving them to you for a reason, so they maybe start to believe them and like maybe repeat them back to yourself. Like someone says to you like, oh, I really like your hair, like, you know what, maybe I have nice hair, and like I do have nice hair, and just start to embrace your hair because people are giving you compliments. Like embrace when someone says something nice to you. I think also with Queen of Wands and also the Moon together, I think it's kind of like, especially when people like give you that, maybe give you those compliments, maybe even when you're like kind of in the center of attention or like in the center, maybe it makes you a little anxious. It makes you a little like, oh, why are people, like so many people are looking at me, like, or why are people looking at me, or maybe even people give you attention, it kind of freaks you out. And I think Spirit's trying to say here, like, hey, when people like give you attention, instead of, I think, being so anxious about it, like really embrace that Queen of Wands energy of being really feisty and really like alluring and like almost sexy, and being like, yeah, like I am funny, like I am this, I am like pretty, like, you know what I mean? I think embrace those things that people are telling you. I think when people tell you these compliments, like embrace them like the Queen of Wands would, be confident. And I think when you feel like that anxiety and that anxiousness, it's normal. And Spirit's saying like, the whole point of the Moon too is like you're kind of anxious about the path that you're going down, but you kind of have to go down it almost all anyways. It's like intuition. You kind of have to go down it anyways. It's like, you have to, even though you're kind of scared of what's gonna lead to. It's gonna lead to something better. And I think that's what Spirit's trying to say. They're trying to say like, when people give you these compliments, when people tell you these things, embrace them, and embrace this Queen of Wands energy, because this path that you're going down of being more like self-loving and being more open and being more confident is the path that you should be going down, even though it's a little bit more anxiety inducing. If you've ever seen Euphoria, when Maddie's in like the room with Cassie's little sister, I don't know her name, I'm pretty sure it's Lexi, and she's telling her like, oh, like, didn't you feel like crazy when you first did this makeup? And she was like, yeah, but like whatever, I just did it. Like the thing about confidence is no one knows if it's real or fake. That type of energy, it's kind of like that. Like when people tell you these compliments, like believe them, because they're being genuine as well. Like, and like if you're confident back, even if you're a little anxious, they don't know if you're anxious, you know what I mean? Like you can kind of not fake it till you make it, but I think Spirit's trying to say like you kind of, in moments that you don't feel 100% confident, kind of fake it till you make it in that sense, because I think you'll start to realize when you do that, oh, you really are those things, and you'll actually cultivate like real confidence through and through. Because I think the one thing that you are glowing up is you are gonna glow up physically. I think you're gonna be more confident. I think your skin's gonna glow different. You're gonna smile more. You can just be more happy. People are gonna notice that. And I think there's gonna be more opportunities coming towards you. You're gonna be a lot happier with the things that are going on. Again, your lip, I think, is just a little bit more traditional. I think again that nagging voice in the back of your head tends to fade in the background. And I think one of those big things is by embracing the compliments that people give you and kind of embracing the path that you're going down and embracing that Queen of Wands energy of being feisty and fiery and confident and sexy and alluring. And I think that's what Spirit's trying to say. Like you can be that because you are that. Just you have to believe that. Yeah, but let's see if there's any other advice from Spirit. Flipped. Hello guys, okay, so here is your advice. Play. I'll just read some of it. You can also pause the screen and read it. It just says, play. Meet Pippa of the Dream Circus. Some kitties come straight out of the imagination to remind us to play. Here is the moment of dancing, twinkling toes, and laughter. To play is to do something for the pure joy of doing. It is a frolicking mix of experimentation, curiosity, and absurdity. Where can you let more of Pippa's playful spirit and lighthearted air into your work and your life? So I think that's basically Spirit saying, like, again, like if you feel a little anxious, like kind of just go down that road, like have fun with it. It's okay. Like people get anxious in a way. And I think also like they're just saying, have fun, have fun with things, go out, enjoy life, because like you should just enjoy it. I think maybe you're someone who also like kind of like maybe also like with the Page of Swords when things like when opportunities come, maybe it's just to say yes. Like maybe that's also advice from there. It's like when you embrace this Queen of Wands spirit, like it just means also like when these opportunities come, when maybe someone messages you like, hey, you want to go out, maybe just say yes. Like be the Queen of Wands, be that bad bee that goes out. You know what I mean? Because that's how you can embrace this Empress energy, embrace your globe, embrace the fact that you're coming into this. Because the thing is, you know this globe is coming, so embrace the fact that it's coming. Put this nagging voice to end. Embrace the fact that your globe is coming. When people invite you out, go out, have fun. Put yourself out there, have fun. You know, let go, let loose. Cut a rug. But like, yeah, I think Spirit was trying to say have fun. Because your globe is coming in time. Don't worry. Like, girl, you're already doing it. Boy, you're already doing it. Whatever, you're already doing it. Like, go out, have fun. Live your life. Because when things happen, just embrace that Queen of Wands energy. Go and have fun. If you feel a little anxious, embrace that Maddie energy. Fake it till you make it because you know you're going to make it because you know you're hot. You know you've been hot and you're going to be hotter like the sun. So, go have fun. Yeah, it's pile 3. If you liked your reading, please let me know. Leave a like, comment, or subscribe. Turn on the bell notifications so you get notified whenever I upload. And if you got this far in the reading, leave a heart eyes emoji. That'd be cute. Until next time, though, I'll see you guys later. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.